together. Come love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you, the God in you. Whether you're black or white or gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Good morning, Claremont Center for Spiritual Living. How are you this morning? A little chilly out there. The mountains were just like peeking through. Get it? Peek? Get what I see what I did there? Isn't that good? Yeah. As opposed to last week when it was like neon lights. It was beautiful. Anyway, thank you all for coming, for braving the cold, for joining us this morning. Thanks to all of you online, at home, all warm in your jammies, I hope. That's how I picture you anyway. Delighted to have everyone with us this morning as we come together, as we do every week, just to remind ourselves that life is good. And if it doesn't feel good, we can fix that. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Our practitioner this morning is Patty Powers. Patty, she's going to model her dress. You know, if you have a twirly dress, you should twirl, right? Everybody knows. Yeah, fair enough. She also prays really well. And we'll do an opening prayer for us and a reading when we get started. And we have music this morning. We've got Jeff on keyboards. Welcome back. And we welcome back Janelle. So nice to see you this morning. Okay, let's take a moment, get ourselves centered, shall we? I'm going to invite you wherever you are just to clear everything off your lap and out of your mind and close your eyes. And take a deep breath into your heart center. And let the tone of the bowl take you to a place within yourself that knows peace, that knows love, that recognizes beauty. For it is in this place within us that we are reminded of the oneness of all life.
And so in this oneness, we just breathe. We breathe in the oneness. We breathe out oneness. There is only oneness. And as we breathe and relax, we know that there is only one of us here. And that one is love and peace and snow-capped mountains and golden stars. And in this oneness, we know that today is a wonderful day. That everyone who can hear my voice is blessed. That this service is blessed and fun. And that each and every one of us hears a message just for us today. And so knowing that, we are ready to begin, and so we let it go, and we let it be, and so it is. My reading today is from Dr. Ernest Holmes' How to Change Your Life. And there's a section of this book where it talks about something bad and then has like a prayer for it. So I'm not even going to go over the bad. The topic is removing blockages from your life. So it's written a little prayer-like, but I think it's perfect. I know that there is a presence, a power, and a law within me, irresistibly drawing everything into my experience which makes life worthwhile. I know that friendship, love, and riches, health, harmony, and happiness are mine. I know that nothing but good can go out from me. Therefore, the good that I receive, the fulfillment of my desire for all. I refuse to judge according to appearances, either mental or physical, no matter what the thought says or what the appearance seems to be. There is always a higher power. Upon this power, I rely with absolute confidence that it will never fail me. I repudiate, I love that word, all evil, cast out all fear, and continuously exercise the dominion which rightfully belongs to me. Thank you.
Wow, that was perfect. I love that. The last time I was here was January 1st. And I don't know what came first, the chicken or the eggs, so I'll give it to you guys. Somebody, one of the practitioners, the saying was letting go, I think, something about letting go. And then I made up that song about letting go. Well, anyway, every year I pick something at the beginning of the year that I'm going to do for the whole year. And this year is letting go. And it's amazing. It's amazing what kind of miracles happen when you do let go. And I found the practice of that, the easiest thing for me is to ask myself the question, can you do anything about it? And once I say no, then it's easier to let go. And the miracles that happen by letting go and just going, okay, I can't do anything about that. I'm just going to focus on the things that I can do something about. Wash the dishes, do the laundry, things like that. So anyway, this song is about that because, we all just, I just want to be. I just want to be happy. I just want to shine. I just want to, be loving. I want to focus on that, not on all the busyness in my brain. So anyway. Take my eyes off this mountain, Take my eyes off this mountain, move this ground under my feet. Keep my lips from saying empty words of defeat. Wash my heart of this feeling that I just can't overcome. Cleanse my mind of these thoughts that seem to run and run and run. Everything that weighs me down, I hand it all to you. It's time for me to level up, a closer walk with you. Take my life into your light. Lead me past this great divide, higher than I've ever known. I don't want to be alone. I want to shine. Take this fear, I can't shake it, let it fall into the sea. Oh, I've lost my balance, I'm adrift and can't get free. I can't believe I have amnesia, I forgot that love survived. Right here in this moment, I need you in my life. Everything that weighs me down, I hand it all to you. It's time for me to level up, a closer walk with you. Take my life into your light, lead me past this great divide, higher than I've ever known. I don't wanna be alone. I wanna shine, 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 let you shine, this love of mine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, 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 let you shine. Shine, 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 let you shine, this light of mine.
So I don't think I'm the only one that would like to know if you have that recorded anywhere. Not yet. Okay, so please do. We'll buy it. Yes? Yes, it was a beautiful song, Janelle. That was beautiful. Thank you. Just gorgeous. So we're going to light our light. One of many lights. For our new theme, adventure. Our theme this month is adventures in thinking. And isn't it always an adventure when we try something new, or we try something old in a new way? That part where we don't quite know how it's going to go, but we're willing to try. That's what we're talking about this month. And it's based on a book. All my talks this month will be based on this book, A New Design for Living. It's Ernest Holmes and Willis Kinnear. They collaborated on a couple of publications. So it's the words of Ernest Holmes, and I think maybe Willis might have edited a bit, so it's a lot easier to read than some of Ernest's work. There's more punctuation and shorter sentences. Those of you that have taken class know exactly what I'm talking about. So one of the chapters in here that is the title today is Mental Merry-Go-Rounds. And there's something about that image that just caught my fancy. And it brought me back to my childhood and one of my first memories of going to Disneyland. I grew up here, and it was opened the year I was born, so I've been a Disneyland girl my whole life. And one of my first memories is that part where you go over the little bridge through the archway of the castle into Fantasyland. Now, I have to stop at the castle archway first because there's a little gift shop on the left, and inside the gift shop are those little boxes with the little pastel rocks or the little sticks with the rock candy in it, which is basically sugar on a stick. Very favorite recipe, memory of Disneyland. Probably not really what I'm talking about today, though. What I'm talking about is you walk through that archway into Fantasyland, and what's before you but King Arthur's carousel. And to a little girl, and even to a big girl, when I've been back to Disneyland, it's a magical merry-go-round. First of all, it's gorgeous. There's lights, there's music, there's horses. And when you're a little girl, horses are a big deal. I could draw a horse. I was good at drawing horses. And there's, benches and poles. You can stand, you can sit, you can ride. But I have this distinct memory of being on that up and down pony with my dad standing next to me and that wind in my face from the motion of the merry-go-round. And it was just magical. The best thing about it, in my opinion, was that it was an A ticket ride. For those of you that remember the ticket books, you had lots of A tickets in the ticket book, so you could go on it more than once. That was unlike the E tickets, which ran out like that. I just was taken aback. Even just thinking about it, writing it down this morning, it was like, oh, who doesn't want to live in that kind of delight and joy? Who doesn't want to feel that sense of adventure, of discovery, of just happiness? Just happiness. And the merry-go-round, of course, is a great metaphor for the ways in which we think, The title, as I said, is Mental Merry-Go-Rounds. And this idea kind of all came together when I saw the definition of a merry-go-round, which is a circular platform rotating around a central axis. And what do your thoughts do but spin around a point of view or an opinion or your upbringing or whatever the problem, trauma, drama is of the moment? So the question we want to ask ourselves always is, what is your central axis? What is the center point around which I'm spinning? Is it supportive of my ride through life? Or is it pulling me down like down the drain in the bathtub, It's easy to see how circular thinking can be either Disneyland or one of those horror movies with the merry-go-round in it that you never want to get on because you can never get off, right? It all depends on what the axis is. Now, I know we all know the 2 in the morning merry-go-round, right? The 2 a.m. in the morning merry-go-round where you wake up with a sudden thought of which you can do absolutely nothing about at 2 in the morning, but that doesn't stop you from spinning it and asking all the questions and building a sense of anxiety or fear, whatever's going on, what I should have done, what I could have said, what if this happens, what am I going to do? Oh my God, what am I going to do? How am I going to fix this, whatever this is of the moment? Some of you know the merry-go-round of addiction. You take something in, you feel good. You come down, it wears off, and you would do anything to take it in again. And it is a cycle of seeking relief, finding it, losing it, seeking it, finding it, losing it, and it is destructive. It wears us out. It does not nourish us. And it is a source of feeling helpless, of feeling anxious, of always needing something, which tells your mind that you don't have it. Right? And what do your mental gymnastics do at 2 in the morning? You're telling yourself in some way you're not enough. You're not smart enough to figure it out, or you don't have enough money or resources or information or the right team or the right relationship or the best, whatever you're looking for. We're sort of victims of this negative thinking when we're in those types of spirals. And then there's the emotional merry-go-round. I'm sure all of you have fully balanced relationships with everyone and everything in your life, including yourself. But some people in other places do a whole cycle of shame and blame and regret and depression and fear and anger and picking fights and feeling lost. That emotional merry-go-round of breaking up and making up. Just think teenager. That pretty much sums it all up. And those tendencies never leave us completely. We're obviously seeking something there too, connection and validation and approval maybe. But again, in that kind of a circle, we're feeling that anxiety, we're feeling that helplessness, feeling like a victim of circumstances, a victim of life. That central axis is our belief system. And moving within in order to address things like I don't feel like I'm enough, or I don't think I have enough, or my life isn't good enough, or whatever the thing is that gets us riled up. It pays us to look at that, right? This is what our spiritual work is. We go within to see what's going on so that we might find healing, that we might find relief, that we might find a way forward. So Ernest Holmes says in 365 Science of Mind, he says, whatever the mind holds to and firmly believes in forms a new pattern of thought within its creative mold, as whatever thought is held in mind takes to the outward form of new creations. In other words, what we're holding in our head will repeat. It's those sleepless nights happen one after the other, kind of, once they get started, right? And it's not just what we believe. Not just what we believe, the thought patterns formed by the consensus of human opinion automatically operates through everyone unless consciously rejected. So you see, we have this influx of opinions and perspectives that we sort of inherit from the world. And unless we pause to look at them and decide whether or not we want to continue thinking that way or feeling that way or believing those things, we will continue to be influenced. We will continue to spin. You know, all those dysfunctional family patterns that we were raised with, or the pressure to achieve, right? Or to be perfect. Do I have any other recovering perfectionists in the room? Yeah, right? Or the approval seekers. You've got to have somebody say that you look beautiful, you sound beautiful, you're so handsome, you're so smart, all day, every day. Those things waiting for us, we're waiting for it to come to us when in fact they are within us. You know, sometimes those belief systems, it's just a lack of awareness. We don't realize our biases. We don't realize why we think that certain people shouldn't live in our neighborhood, or why we think that I'm never going to be able to have a job like that, or I probably, no, other people have money, I don't. Right? We don't even realize where that comes from unless we're conscious, unless we choose. So what do? We have to focus on the cause, right? We have to go away from the spinning platform with the bright lights and the music that's going on and on and on, and go into those patterns of thoughts. Because you see, it's not just when you have the occasional thought like, I'm going to kill my brother, you know? That's really not enough to manifest, okay? But a pattern of thought will create an experience of life. And what we're looking to do is to create patterns of thought that support a healthy, productive, happy, shining life. So we go to the center. Ernest Holmes says, the key to right thinking and right living is the steady, affirmative pattern of thought that only God's good enters your life. Only life's abundance, the power of life itself, is what we let in. Whatever we identify ourselves with, we tend to become. Whatever we think about gradually becomes a subconscious pattern, always tending to manifest itself in our experience. That would be that sequential series of bad relationships that you had one after the other in your youth. It's like it took a long time to figure out how not to do it that way, because we have this subconscious pattern of what we think relationship looks like. And until we have reason to see or know or believe differently, our experience will continue to outpicture with whatever that central belief is. There is an inner life of complete perfection that exists at the center of everything. Otherwise, nothing could be. There has to be a prototype in order to have a product. We are to identify ourselves with this perfect pattern of our being, claiming its reality in our experience and continuously knowing that we are animated by the living Spirit. To live as if we knew we were spirit in form. That makes some of those ideals attainable. It's not out there somewhere. I am the energy of spirit in this particular form. What if the central axis within me, within you, were gratitude? What if everything that came out of me in that spin of my life came from gratitude, or came from love, or was an expression of peace or power? What if I knew that at the core of my being was the power of all life? How would your life change if you knew that? How would you feel if you knew that? So what do we do with that in our everyday lives? How do we get from the 2 a.m., go down to the couch, watch TV for a while and still don't sleep, to sleeping like a baby through the night? Well, here's my idea. In the middle of the night, what you do is you search your memory for an experience of gratitude or love or peace or power or whatever it is that you are seeking. Somewhere in your life, you have been there once before, and relive that. You know, what is in your mind, what you are remembering, your body doesn't know the difference. You are living it again. So rather than live the questions that get you nowhere, the anxiety that simply escalates, put yourself in a place of remembering that place of power when you felt love, when you were at peace, when you were at Disneyland on the merry-go-round at 6 years old. Replace the swirl with a spiritual anchor of living proof. You are living proof of spirit in form. We just have to remember which parts we'd like to bring forward and which parts it's okay to let go. You know, 12-step groups offer tools helping those with addictions. And I'm not just talking about drugs and alcohol. It can be video games, it can be chocolate, it can be, I don't know, anything. Anything. But 12-step groups offer tools to help you stay present, to be centered in the God of your understanding, whatever that is for you. And it offers another voice into all the noise in your head about another way, another center for your life, another possibility for moment-by-moment living. Therapeutic and spiritual counseling does the same thing. It's about breaking the shame-blame cycle that goes on in your head, either towards yourself or towards others or both, by offering statements of belief that are positive, reminding you where you have lived your best life, where you are creative, how you are beautiful within and without, what you might have the power to be in life. What we're doing is we're gradually replacing that negative cycle of conversation in the head with something else. Because what we don't do well as humans is not think about stuff. Right? Don't think about beef jerky. Don't think about it. No. Red bag, brown stuff, tastes salty. You can't do it, right? But we can replace that thought with chocolate ice cream. No more jerky in my head, not if I'm thinking about chocolate ice cream. That's my personal preference. You do you. You do you. All right? Ernest Holmes says that once our consciousness becomes stabilized through security, founded on a conviction of the nature of God or the nature of life, and we come to have an inner awareness that the creative intelligence of the universe resides at the center of each of us, then will our experiences take on a pattern of harmony, a natural outflowing of our inner security. So knowing our spiritual nature creates harmony in the world around us. Again, that central axis is what informs the type of merry-go-round we're riding on. That whole idea of life being animated by the living spirit made me think of my absolute favorite movie of all times, which is Mary Poppins. Back to Disney. And if you remember in the Mary Poppins movie, there's a carousel scene. It's an animated scene. Mary and Bert and the kids are each riding on their own up and down pony on their private carousel. And Bert says, very nice indeed if you don't want to go anywhere. Because that's the nature of circular thinking, right? You can't get anywhere with it. You just go round and round and round and round. And Mary says, who says we're not going anywhere? Because Mary's magic. And next thing you know, the horses ride free of the carousel and they all ride through the entire park. You know, life is not meant to be a closed circle. It's not meant for us to make a circle and then stop or repeat. And there are times in our lives where we feel like we're a stuck record, right? Around and around and around. But Ernest Holmes reminds us that all people are centers of God consciousness, forever spiraling upward. Yes, it's a circle, but it's a circle of motion, and it's moving upward, forever growing in spiritual stature. You know, y'all are much taller than when I first came here, as you have grown in spiritual stature, as our community has grown in spiritual stature. So my invitation to you this week, besides going out and seeing Mary Poppins again just for fun, is to set your mental merry-go-rounds free. You know, you ride out into the whole world, rising ever higher so that you might create the life of your dreams, so that you might build around your heart's desire, which is at the center of your being, so that you might ride through life with that sense of the breeze blowing in your face and everything is lights and music, because it is. That's who you are. Namaste. Let's take a moment for prayer. Breathing in to that place of the heart. Seeing ourselves as happy kids, wherever that might be for you. Bringing that memory to light right now. Feeling the smile on your face. As you tap into the joy that is the very nature of your being. The delight at discovery. The pleasure in the living out loud. At the adventure of things. For this life that we are is a oneness of divine intelligence and wisdom and power. This life that lives in every heart is balanced and joyful and at peace. This life nourishes life in ourselves and in each other. For it is the very nature of life to support itself, to give of itself, to continuously expand and grow and transcend what came before. And so in this moment, I call forth right thinking, right seeing, perfect alignment with that harmony that exists in the universe, with a resonance of life that is nourishing, that is loving, that is spirit in action. I see this life moving through hands and feet and hearts and minds of everyone I meet, recognizing the light of spirit in every pair of eyes, sending out smiles to remind each other that life is good and so are we. Claiming and knowing that when life seems less so, that the truth is still the truth, that center point of living is still love, and love heals. It is still joy, and joy energizes. It is still wisdom, and wisdom leads. And so we are always in the company of the presence of the One, for we are of the One. And I am grateful for the many gifts of life, those in human form and those that are not. Grateful for the ability to see and recognize beauty everywhere. And to know that even in moments of pain or trauma or difficulty, that love exists in the hearts and minds around me. That the very planet seeks life in and through me. And that all of us walk together. For there is comfort in knowing we belong to something greater than the one, than the individual. And so from this place of power, I release my word into the one consciousness, the one mind, that mind of God, that knows all things as complete and whole and perfect just as they are and as they are not. For it is truly this life that is good, here and now, always and in all ways. And so it is. All right, let's anchor that with an affirmation, shall we? You'll find it in your program. I'll say a phrase and ask you to repeat after me. I recognize that I live in a spiritual universe. To create the life I desire, I create a new pattern of thinking which accepts life's bounty into my experience. And so it is. Y'all know you are welcome to take these home for many reasons. One is this affirmation works really well on your fridge or your bathroom mirror. And should you forget whether or not it's true, on the back there are phone numbers of people you can call to be reminded of how it is true, even for you in any given moment. So remember, you can take these home. All right, let's have a little more music, shall we?
Wow, that was a lot of food right there. There's a lot of juice. It's dripping from my eyes. I'm so full of that juice. Whoa, that was big. The metaphors. First we have practitioner Patty Powers spinning. And then we have the merry-go-round. And I got this, thanks for that metaphor. Wow. I'm a songwriter, so I get excited about metaphors. But anyway, so I'm imagining when I'm a little kid and, you know, you're on the merry-go-round that you push. You know, they don't make those anymore.
Right.
So kids don't get to know what that's like. But I remember the girls holding on for dear life, and the boys would try to make it so fast that you'd fly off. So I'm picturing the center being the love or the gratitude or whatever, wherever our go-to place is. Mm-hmm. And the negative thoughts are the ones hanging on for dear life. But if you spin enough in that gratitude or that love or that moment when you felt such joy, they'll fly off. Just like some of the girls would do. So anyway, I was just like, this is so great. This is the best. And so at the beginning, you know, we have Patty spinning, and then you're spinning, and then I'm spinning in my head, you know, just having all these thoughts go away. And I'm talking about the secret place in this song, and that is the secret place. I mean, that's the secret place where you can just spin so fast in that secret place that all that stuff just goes away because it can't hold on anymore. Mm-hmm. Wow. I'm done. I'm done. I don't even know what to do now. Hopefully I can get through this song. I'm going to bawl all the way home, you know. So. Love, keep my mind set on you, focus my heart on your truth, center my walk to follow you while I'm atop to your good news. Open my eyes Night and day attend my ears. To your ways adjust my habits to renew and to transform my life. I want to know your secret. Live your secret. Trust under the shadow of your secret. Under your wings I find my hiding place. You cover me when I've run out of space. You send your angels in to bear me up. When I am weak, you cover me with love. Real or imagined fears, you are my strength. You are the wisdom over ways I think. You take my here and now and tears and somehow clean up my life. I want to know your secret. Live your secret. Trust under the shadow of your secret. I want to know. I want to live. I want to trust under the shadow of your secret place. 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 Your secret place, your secret place. Love, keep my mind set on you. Focus my heart on your truth. Center my walk to follow you. Align my talk. Thank you.
Could that music have been any more perfect for today than it was? Thank you, Janelle. Thank you again. It's awesome. And if you cry all the way home, my work here is done. Goes for all of you. I remember when I was new to Science of Mind, and I had like a 20-minute drive to church. My mom's best friend from ministerial school was my minister. And I would go, and then on the way home, I would try to remember what was said in the talk, and I had nothing. I couldn't tell you what we talked about. I just knew that I was in some other sphere somewhere. And then halfway through the week, I'd kind of come back to earth and go, oh, yeah, she said this, and then she said that. But that ride home was like, oh, no, there's no words there. No words. So does me proud. Does my minister proud when I tell her this is how I grew up. All right, my friends, we have some things going on. Let me get the list so I get them in order, because otherwise I'll be making you sit down 3 times while I remember something else. All right, just a reminder, right after service at 12 o'clock, our friend Ingrid here leads a lovely breath meditation. So 15, 20 minutes, get yourself centered in a new way. It's a practice that you can take with you, so I encourage you to stop by and experience it for yourself. I want to remind you that we have the opportunity every week for flowers up front. They come from you. So if you sign up to bring flowers on a given week, we display them up here in the front, and then you get to take them home with you after we're done with them. And so everybody gets to enjoy them. And there's a sign-up sheet, so Andy will call our florist, and she'll take your request if it's in memory of someone, if you want to dedicate them to someone, if you want certain colors, you have a theme, you want to wish yourself happy birthday, anything works. Anything works. If you'd like to have flowers up front, that would be lovely. This week for Wednesday Night Gateway, it's the first Wednesday of the month, so we do a meditation service. It's a lovely way to start the month. We have our meditation still in the chapel before at 6:15, but the service on Wednesday Night Gateway is lovely. It's just a peaceful thing. It's a really nice thing to do for yourself, is to come on a Wednesday night at 7, and this month, Ingrid will be leading our Wednesday night service as well, and it's just rich, so I invite you to come. We have our focused awareness meditation class starting today after service. These flyers are out front. It's a 5-week series. It's being led by our practitioner, Nisa Burrows, she's got certificates like out to here for this stuff, guys, so she knows what she's doing. And this particular type of awareness meditation just helps you to bring more mindfulness to everyday life, not just in the class, but for your whole life. So pick up a flyer, talk to Nisa, stick around. She starts at 12:30. Go grab yourself something to eat, come back, or have extra cookies out front. That'll be fine. All right? Also coming up, we're going to start in March is the Essential Ernest. So it's a class about Ernest Holmes, but it's using his later writings. I find it to be delightful because I like learning about the man, but I also like reading things besides the textbook, as you know. So this is a 10-week course, and we have 2 options. You can come Saturday mornings from 9 to 11 here at the center, or you can come Thursday evenings from 6:30 to 8:30, your choice. There's a sign-up sheet out front. If you've been considering taking a class and you haven't been sure, then talk to me. Let's see if it might be something you might want to do. There's a flyer too, so if you want to take something with you and think about it, you have a little bit of time. We're not going to start until, I said beginning in March. We changed the date. I didn't change the announcement. We're actually starting April. April 1st is Saturday. That's the first Saturday class. And Thursday, April 6th, is the first Thursday class. Okay? All right. As you know, we're asking you to save the date, April 15th. It's a weekend, so you won't be doing your taxes that day. Instead, you will be coming to a dinner dance with auctions and raffles and food. And did I mention dancing and dinner and all your friends right here at the center? But the really great part of it is that you get to go into your closet and your storage unit and find your Renaissance Fair costumes and wear those. And if you don't have one, talk to Patty or Mary. They'll make you one, I'm sure. We can come up. Or maybe you could borrow the little suit of armor that's out front there. Anyway, it should be a lot of fun. Even if you don't wear a costume, it's going to be a great time. And your friends are welcome. Your family's welcome. You know that crazy cousin you can't think of what to do when they come visit? Bring them. You know, we'll put them on the dance floor with somebody. Susie will dance with them, right? It'll be good. You'll see. Anyway, so save the date on the 15th. Also, if you have items that are appropriate for raffling off or an auction item maybe you have a timeshare that you don't use, that could be our grand prize at the live auction, or maybe you've just got something in your garage that needs to be shined up a little bit and put a bow on it. We are interested in donations, so do let us know what you find that we might be able to use for our auction or our raffles. We are still accepting donations for Turkey and Syria, warm clothes, sleeping bags, tents, anything that might help the earthquake victims. And they're in the heart of winter right now, which is very, very cold. So anything that you have that is gently used or new that would be suitable, blankets, anything like that, please bring them here. We will take them to Unity of Pomona. Unity of Pomona is doing a similar gathering with several other centers, and then they're going to take them to the Turkish embassy to be delivered. So if you have things to donate, there's a box out front that you may add to. All right, and the next big thing. You know you want it. You say you don't, but you know that if somebody gives it to you, you will eat the whole box by yourself. It's C's candy time, people. Easter is coming. And, you know, they have these little 6-piece boxes for those of you that are shy about how much chocolate you eat. And then they have the 1- and 2-pound boxes for those of us that are really honest with ourselves. And there's lollipops, and there's peanut brittle, and there's all kinds of good things. So we will be selling C's candy here. This is a fundraiser for the center. We get to buy it at a discount as a nonprofit and then sell it back to you. And I don't think our prices are more than the stores, are they? Maybe $1? I think we're kind of even with the stores, except some of the money comes to us. So this is a good thing, right? So don't buy your C's anywhere else. Make sure you talk to us. So there'll be flyers and order sheets and all of that. And then the other thing, I'm pretty sure we have Girl Scouts out front today. The little girls, the ones that helped us with our Valentine's tree, remember? That hung all the low decorations with hearts on them? They are selling Girl Scout cookies. And I promised them that we would help them meet their quotas. I don't think brownies really have quotas, but we'd be happy to help them anyway. They should be right out in the foyer when we exit here. They're supposed to meet today. They're supposed to bring their cookies, and they're all ready for us. So you guys dig in your purses, find your cash or your pockets, and hopefully they're out there waiting for us. All right. We have a moment to be grateful for the contributions that we all make to support this center. Yes, Mickey. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, tickets for the dinner dance in April. So this is one way you won't forget the date is if you buy your tickets ahead of time. Hello. That's one way to remember. Mickey has tickets for sale out there. $45 for a single, $80 for a couple. And if you want to go and that doesn't work with your budget, please talk to me. We'll work something out. I'm sure we'll have a couple extra pairs of tickets ready and waiting for you too. Okay, so our contributions that we do on a weekly basis. If you're here in the room, you may take it, put it over your heart. If you are at home, know that there's magic buttons on our website and in our e-blast where we make a financial supportive contribution to this community so that we do what we do and the lights are on and the heat is on and the cooling comes on when it gets hot again, because it will. And for all this, we're just so grateful because in doing this, we are manifesting the love that we proclaim that we are. So I invite you to say our prosperity affirmation with me. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am prosperous now. All right, do we have any more invitations or announcements? Okay, let's stand up, shall we? Make a little circle. Do a little rocking out before you go to your workshop or get a little coffee in the lobby.
Take a look at the person next to you and say, God loves you and I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me.